This is a 2026 Honda 4X Foreman Standard 4x4. I recently purchased this machine to upgrade from a Honda Rancher 420, and the Rancher was a great machine, but I just felt that I kind of outgrew my needs for that machine. And this tank that I installed here is pretty heavy, and the Rancher just could not handle that. And this new Foreman can handle the tank without any problem whatsoever. There's no stress or strain in any way. Also, just from the weight of the tank, weighing just over 225 pounds once it's loaded with water, this Foreman can easily handle that without any problem at all. And the Rancher is really just kind of built for a different purpose. This Foreman here is a utility workhorse. It is built for work, and it is built heavier in every way. And I just recently purchased this just a couple of weeks ago. See how many hours we have on it here, or miles. Okay, it has 15 miles on the odometer. So just getting everything set up and broken in. I've already changed out the stock tires, that wheels and tires that came on it. I'll be talking a little bit more about that and how I upgraded the tires to a more turf-friendly tire for my lawn. But this machine just meets my needs much better than the Rancher. And that's not to criticize the Rancher, but it just does. And also, I just wanted to make this video for anyone who might be struggling with the decision on whether to go with a Foreman or a Rancher. There are not a lot of videos on YouTube that's by actual owners of the machines, and I had that Rancher for probably about 3 years. Of course, I just got the Foreman, but I have a full understanding of the capabilities of that Rancher, and I've also learned in a very short time the capabilities of this Foreman. And it's just it's a game changer. So I'm very pleased with the way it's worked so far. In my suburban land management chores, I primarily use this machine to maintain a 2.5 acre lawn. And again, just spraying chemicals, applying fertilizer, and in one area I have a few trees, and so I use it to assist with cleanup of leaves in the fall. But this sprayer, if I were to completely fill it up, it would weigh about a little bit more than 220 pounds. And that is a lot of weight. And you can see it's positioned squarely on the back of this rack here. The rack is rated for, I think, 176 pounds. So if I were to fill it up completely, it would be somewhat over the rate limit for this rack. But again, it works very, very well in handling this tank. Just in comparing this with the Rancher 420, when I would have this tank on the back of that 420, the weight would cause the rear to sag. It made the front steering feel very dangerously floaty, and it strained the motor when I was attempting to navigate my lawn. And so that completely changed with this Foreman. The Foreman is structurally built from the ground up as a full-size utility class ATV. The base MSRP on this Foreman is $8,200. The primary reason why I purchased this Foreman 4x4 Standard over the Rubicon is because of this solid rear axle. For the work that I do here on this property, I'm not doing any recreational activity. It's mostly just utility work here. There is a solid piece of steel that's running inside of that outer tube there, and it can definitely handle the weight of this heavy sprayer. If I were to attach this to a Rubicon, it would definitely sag heavily because it's just not set up to do this type of heavy work. But this Foreman, again, is built from the ground up to handle this. And then also, this Foreman has a 118cc motor. The gearing on this Foreman is like a tractor. As I mentioned earlier, when you put it in first gear, it pulls very slowly, very strong, and there's no problem whatsoever with moving this tank. And if I'm just driving around on the lawn, I will actually start it off in second gear, which is not a problem at all. But if I'm spraying, I'll just keep it in the low gear, the number one gear, in order to maintain my low speed. Also, I wanted to mention that this Foreman 4x4 has a 4x4 system that you can actually shift on the fly. But the key to doing that, if you're going through a mud hole and you have the rear wheel spinning, you definitely do not want that. You should take your hand off the throttle, and then also you can shift it into 4x4 right here while on the fly. And that's the way that works. It also has diff lock that's here with this lever. If you put it in 4x4, you flip that up to diff lock. One word of caution is that you do not want to shift this diff lock up while you're on the fly, because you can definitely cause damage to this machine if you were to do that. So again, if you're going to go to 4x4, it is okay to take your hand off the throttle, put it into four-wheel drive while on the fly. But for the diff lock, you would like to come to a complete stop basically, and then once you're stopped, flip that up, and then you could proceed. So just a word of caution again for that. While the Foreman is great for much of the work that I do in a suburban landscape, it is not absolutely perfect, because the back wheels are locked at the same speed during a turn. The inside tire naturally wants to scuff and tear up the grass. To mitigate for this issue, I've removed the stock wheels and upgraded them to larger wheels and tires, and also the tires are more turf friendly. And when I make turns, I make wide sweeping turns on the lawn. Also, I might make a video on these wheels and tires. Let me know if you would like to see a video on that. It was very interesting. I learned a lot in that process. And something I want to mention, if you're switching out the stock wheels for an upgrade to something similar to what I have here, you're going to need to get a different set of lug nuts. So I had to get the M10 by 1.25, which has a metric tapered spine lug. And again, your standard lugs will not fit on this, the ones that actually come standard with this ATV. One other thing I wanted to mention about this Foreman is that it is a non-electronic power steering model, and I just decided to go with the non-electronic power steering is because my Rancher did not have it, and it was not a huge problem without it. So I just decided to go without it in this instance to save a little cash. It wasn't a huge difference between this and the one with the electronic power and steering, but I just chose not to go with it. With a 25-gallon tank totally full, the steering from a dead stop does take a little muscle, but once you get rolling, even just a little bit, it really lightens up, and it's not difficult to steer at all. So again, it's not a problem for me at all, so that's why I chose not to go with it. So this particular model did not come with the winch, and I am considering installing a winch here. I really haven't felt a great need to add a winch to this ATV, but that's something that I might look into. Two that I've looked at is a Wayne VRX 35S, and then also a KFI Stealth 3000. And I'm not sure if I'm going to mount a winch on here, but I'm doing a little research now. My first impression regarding this Foreman 520 is that it feels like a miniature tractor, which is exactly what I needed for managing and maintaining this property. It just really steps things up from the rancher. Certainly not criticizing a rancher. It does have its place, but for me and my purposes with the type of work that I'm doing, this Foreman is just a lot better. And what I'm going to do soon is do a head-to-head comparison between the Rancher 420 versus this Foreman 520. And as I mentioned earlier, there are just not a lot of videos on YouTube regarding the Foreman 4x4 Standard, so I'm planning on producing a lot of interesting videos over time. And if you have interest in learning more about the Foreman, please go on and subscribe. And I look forward to sharing more in the future. Thanks for joining, and we'll talk to you again.